MLB The Show 24 is in for some change. Each year when a new installment of a big name title comes out, there are, of course, changes. This should not shock you, but I'm here to tell you 5 changes that I'm pretty positive, without any confirmation at all, but I'm pretty positive these 5 changes will be coming to MLB The Show 24. Hi everybody, my name's Kenny. Welcome back to Whiteboard Wednesday. It is the MLB The Show series that features 0 gameplay. This week, it also features an ill kdjTV. I have what I like to call a head cold, and it's awful, and I hate it, and it's felt like I've wanted to die for the past 3 days. Either way, one like is one get well wish, so make sure you like the video, kill the YouTube algorithm and my head cold with me. Also subscribe because we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and every little bit helps. I think SDS is about to drop bigger bases on us in MLB The Show 24. It was a new rule in the major leagues this year. The bases were bigger. MLB The Show, SDS, they did not adopt that for MLB The Show 23. So, it is only logical that this upcoming title, MLB The Show 24, will feature bigger bases. They're about the size of a pizza box. They're absolutely enormous. I'm actually pretty excited for the bigger bases in MLB The Show 24. Again, this is not confirmed, this is just me guessing, but I think it's a pretty educated guess. Parker, why do you drop things when I'm recording? She looks guilty now. Stealing bases is pretty tough. It's not always super easy. It's exacerbated and made even worse when there are connection issues. So many bang-bang plays over there at second base. With the bigger bases, I actually think it'll be cool. I think it'll add another element to the game that is kind of missing. Right now, a lot of people who steal bases are doing it to activate clutch boosts or move a runner up into scoring position. And I think with bigger bases, it just adds more opportunities to do those things. The drawback of bigger bases is that it might look really, really funny in virtual video game land. I'm not quite sure what it'll look like. It'll probably make us chuckle when we see it for the first time. But either way, I mean, bigger bases are coming, just accept it. What you see here is a broom, or at least a terrible attempt at drawing one. Notice I added the little motion lines to make it look like I'm sweeping. I think the sweeper is making its MLB The Show debut next year. We already have the slider, we already have the slurve, we already have the sweeping curve. But I think with sweeper becoming part of the lexicon in Major League Baseball this year, I think we're about to get it in the video game. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how SDS might program the sweeper. It's a unique pitch that breaks at such an accelerated rate that I almost worry about it breaking the game. I'm actually pretty confident that it will. But because it's becoming part of the conversation, and pitchers are utilizing it, and broadcasters are talking about it more and more and more, I think we're going to get it. I think about a pitcher like Michael King, for example. I'm a Yankee homer, so this is the easy way to go. But he doesn't quite throw a slider, it's not a curveball, and it's not really a slurve. It is, in fact, a sweeper. It breaks so much from right to left. It's nearly unhittable in the bigs. It's going to be damn hard to touch in the game. The pitch clock is certainly controversial. Still, I think I'm a fan. I love baseball, and I don't care how long the games are, but it is refreshing to watch a quicker game. I think we're going to get the pitch clock in MLB The Show, and I know that's also going to be very controversial, but I think it works best so you can see it when the auto pitch is about to come. So many people auto pitch, they get pissy, they get moany, they decide not to speed the game up. So now you at least don't have to have an internal timer. There will be a visible pitch clock on the fence, maybe in the outfield. You'll be able to see it and know exactly when the pitch is coming. Let's be honest with ourselves, an actual pitch clock in MLB The Show won't impact a lot of people. It doesn't take people that much time in between pitches to deliver the next one. Think about how fast we all play. I'm not necessarily worried about any sort of automatic balls or strikes being called, especially at the plate. Hitters rarely step out. I'm just more concerned with seeing the visual cue for the auto pitch. It's time to continue punishing those people who don't pitch on time. Also, because it is currently a rule in Major League Baseball, I think SDS has to find a way to implement it. That's typically how it works. They're usually a year behind on implementing a lot of these rules. And so I think next year's the year. Let me know how you think a pitch clock might work in the comments, though. I'm curious if you think it's a good idea, bad idea, or if you have any cool ways it might be integrated into online. SDS pushed the boundaries this year on Outlier, and I think it's super cool. We got our first ever Outlier slider, courtesy of that demon John Donaldson. We got our first ever Outlier screwball from Rube Foster. Tyler McGill has an Outlier knuckle curve. They're starting to expand the offerings of Outlier, and I expect that to continue next year. Edward Cabrera throws like a 93-mile-an-hour changeup. I think that's Outlier. He should get one. Outlier cutter, give it to me. Outlier 4-seam, 2-seam. Eventually we'll have a place where every single pitch has an Outlier version of it. And what comes with that is that more pitchers should get it. I hate saying this, but I think Randy Johnson should have an outlier slider. So should Jacob deGrom. There are plenty of pitchers that could be enhanced so much by giving them outlier on a certain pitch. It could completely shake up the meta and really make more pitchers more viable. Outlier is a son of a bitch, but I think we've all come to accept it. And because we've accepted it, it's time to boost it. One way or another, I think we're getting a better connection next year for online play. The game has largely been better for online this year. It plays smoother, the game plays good. There's still a lot of connectivity issues, like the relationship between Xbox and PlayStation and how outfielders don't communicate well, that type of stuff. But I think with the elimination of the Nintendo Switch, and hopefully moving on from old generation, this game is going to take leaps and bounds in terms of connection quality. That's really the next step for this franchise to take. It's a little behind on the times in terms of online connection. We still don't have proper dedicated servers, that's an enormous problem, and with MLB The Show trying to lean a lot more into esports, they're still working on that too, but with them trying to lean more into esports, they have to shore up the connections. Parker agrees. There aren't nearly as many disconnects right now in October as there were early in the game cycle. As unfortunate it was back then, it's a little more expected back then as they work out the kinks. So yes, improvements have been made, but I think SDS really takes the next step next year and blows our balls off. That'll do it for this very short Whiteboard Wednesday. I know it is a short one, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling well, and I couldn't really think of more, concrete changes I think are gonna come. Again, this is not confirmed. These are not through conversations I've had with people. This is me just piecing things together and seeing what makes the most sense. Do you guys think I missed anything? Let me know down below. I'm curious if you agree or disagree with anything that I talked about. I think these are pretty relevant changes that could be made that could be some fun. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you for making it to the end. See you next time.